Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 27. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Switch.
Here's Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check safety.
Out of the gun, Watson to Mixon on the check down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Three and a half to go, first quarter.
Hey, 43. Attack.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 22 yards there, a first down.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why I ended up having to go up one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 17-yard line.
Yellow. There's a wall, right? Here we go, here we go.
A give to Williams, running right. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So 2 missed field goals for them now. That's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has helped them.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who has started to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit. Right?
And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Trey Madden, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, nice move. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in 1 shot. 1
shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Get to the set. Like an egg. Up to the 4. Check.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 19-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7, Texans nothing.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Let's go, baby.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's complete. It's Watson. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Yellow. RJ1, 80.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Here it comes. Here it comes. 15.
Mike 51.
On 2nd down, Williams looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
1st down.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Mixon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Here's Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
To throw is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
It's 2nd and 21 at the 22-yard line.
Yellow, 180.
51. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Deontay Burnett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Watch the ball, watch the ball. Deuce. 954. Hey, 59.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. So we got man.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Partner, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally, sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him. Taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback, and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game is played.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
64, weak. Hey, Sunday.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders-Patriots to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl. The tuck roll,
didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Watch the slant.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fielded just inside the 20. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Check.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
Reset. 52. I got him.
Back to throw, Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll have a first down past the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
Check 6 guard. Alert. Hey, we got a snapper.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
First down, Texans.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
You better bring it. You better bring it. Let me
From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They give it to Williams, running right. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And now look at him go. And this results in 6. Touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
43, 15.
Watch twist.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They got a man. It's Woods. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Mahomes going to throw. And Woods has it complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Run for Pollard. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Oh, and it's off the mark. Harrison Butker pushed it to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
26.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Thomas has got it. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
47, 19,
44. Watch the pass.
Alert, alert.
44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
On first down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Here's a run with Mixon, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
At 24.
They'll try and run it in, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll run on first down. Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
Well, I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The Chiefs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes, out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
That's track. Slam.
Alert.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Second and 10 at the Texans' 40-yard line.
Yellow.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check tight.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Go. Go.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Lawrence Guy able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike.
Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. He may try and run, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Important extra point up and through. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and that'll bring up second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go on 4th. Watson under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys